Day 96. 5 iconic bookstores in San Francisco. Notice I said 5. Okay, we have, I should know this, but probably between 30 and 50 bookstores in San Francisco, which says a lot about how much we honor our literary history and so much social change that came out of San Francisco was driven through literature, was driven through writers and the movements that they created, etc. So I should in no particular order. No, yes, in particular order, because there's really only one bookstore that deserves to be at the top of this list. In my very biased opinion, it's City Lights. City Lights in North Beach, Columbus, and Broadway. Columbus and Broadway is where City Lights is. Co-founded by a man named Lawrence Ferlinghetti. You can go see the video that I made about him. There was a huge fight for freedom of speech that came out of City Lights and the printing press that Lawrence Ferlinghetti founded by the same name. So, okay, I don't want to say this, but if you only have time to visit one bookstore that's out of these 5, go see City Lights, please. Second bookstore, I should say second and third, because they are owned by the same people. Dog-Eared Books, 20th and Valencia, and Fabulosa, which is right a little bit up from 18th and Castro on actual Castro. So Dog-Eared Books I kind of consider that to be really like the heart of the Mission right there on 20th, because Mission goes, to like 16th, 14th, and then on the other side all the way up to 30th. So 20th is really kind of like the middle of it. It's right down the street from Dolores Park. It's got kind of like a quirky, that's like the best way I can describe it, kind of a quirkiness to it, which I love, which is awesome, which is amazing. I bought some really cool postcards that I show on my tours at Dog-Eared Books. So same owners own Fabulosa, which is this really beautiful purple facade. And Fabulosa has a fund where they ship banned books to red states. So always shout that out on my Castro tour. Absolutely. Number 4 I want to talk about is Borderlands Books in Haight-Ashbury. I purchased a book about, I forget what the title is, but Friends of Dorothy, or why did they call them Judy's? Like Judy Garland, and how Friends of Dorothy and all the whole, way before the AIDS epidemic, how gay soldiers kind of kept each other secret before Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and the whole world that was. So if it's not obvious, like every bookstore that I've mentioned has a social justice edge, very much in the spirit of San Francisco, and also the things that people need to be reading about, because not enough people know their history. So last but certainly not least is Adobe Books. Adobe Books is also known as the living room of the Mission. It's on 24th Street. Where is it on 20? I want to say between Shotwell and Folsom. Don't quote me on that, but I do know it's right between Frisco Tattoo and then the Indian restaurant that was formerly Sunrise. So Adobe Books is a co-op, which is pretty freaking cool. Huge co-op movement that I'll probably talk about in another video, but the fact that it's entirely volunteer run is actually really, really cool. And lots of, I can't speak so much about the other places, but I do know that Adobe has lots of in-person events that people come out for with all varying topics. And then, bonus bookstore number 6, Medicine for Nightmares, is also on 24th Street, that one's closer to Harrison, almost, but maybe not quite, across the street from Balmy Alley. Anyway, when you come to San Francisco, please visit our bookstores, support them, let's keep them open, and most importantly, let's learn.